All right, welcome to the first episode of the what should its name be?
My name, for lack of him knowing how to say it, because of like stuff in evolution and eons and like moss and stuff in like biology and other stuff about having to do with Darwin. My name is Evolution Man. You know, I have a longer name that's more evolutionary, but I don't think your minds are ready for it yet. It hasn't evolved enough for for you to be ready for my full name. So yeah, you can just refer to me as Evolution Man for now.
All right, so Evolution Man. So how would you describe your profession?
Pretty much everything evolution. Evolutionary economics, evolutionary psychology, evolutionary biology, evolutionary roads. You name it, biology or evolution that. I do it. That's what I do. And I make a lot of money. I make evolutioning money from it. That's right. That car that just drove by in this nice sunny day we got here was an evolutionary car. It evolved.
All right, hold. So, okay. So
you think your profession's as good as my profession? Because it's not as good as my profession.
Hold on. Shh. Okay, so you're saying that car evolved. So I want to. How did I just wanted to know how they all just got together.
Okay, so I need you to listen for once. All right.
Okay.
Can you tone it down?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, what happened was a million, gazillions, trillion eons ago, with another 50 million zeros ago. What happened is there was a hunk of metal which got here by some form of science, and what happened is then one day lightning hit that metal, and then some oil from a nearby oil spill happened to seep into it. So there you had metal, oil, gasoline, some screws, all there, and then you had a bolt of lightning that just so happened to hit it all at once. And we remember what we're talking about. We're talking about eons, million with 50 million zeros at the end. That's how long ago this all happened. Lightning hit it. Boom, bing, bam, zippity zam, some science stuff happened. And now we have a car with some rubber. And there was also some rubber it picked up from the atmosphere. Back when the atmosphere was made out of rubber. But we're not talking about that right now. But that's how the evolution car got there. To put it in ways that you can understand it. There's a lot more stuff going on, of course, but I don't think you guys will be ready for that yet. So, you don't understand the amount of time that's gone on for this time. So, to put it shortly, that's basically what happened.
All right, so you're leading me to understand that all these different brands of cars are just the different, characteristics. Some of the bigger vans grew up in Alaska, so that's why they have better heat and stuff, or they're bigger, to survive the temperatures.
That's not what. Okay, yes, but 50 million eons ago. So that was out. That's just generally cars we're talking about. But then once they were zapped into formation, then what happened is their heaters. At first they didn't have heaters because they were in a warm environment, so they didn't need them. But then they migrated and they went to as you said, Alaska, and then some CO2 from the air. Some CO2 got caught in the turbine area thing, the motor where all that stuff goes on, and it started producing heat. And then those cars that had that happen to them, those cars survived Alaska. Those things survived the winter because they evolved because of the stuff that got caught in their engine. And that's how we have cars with heaters today. That's what happened.
Okay, all right. So how is this different from, so how did humans form? Okay, so I've heard that it was just, the Big Bang, there was just one single atom or whatever, and then they evolved from that. So what is your take? What do you think happened?
Okay, so first off, you don't know what you're talking about, because what I'm trying to tell you is there isn't just atoms, there are sub-atoms, we all know this. They're sub-electrons, sub-protons, and sub-neutrons, okay? So these things, it wasn't one atom, it was one sub-electron, sub-sub-electron to the 10th power electron that had a mutation because this other thing, air was created. It wasn't created, I shouldn't use, that's a strong word, that's a loaded word. I should say it came into existence, and the air mixed with the atom, and then we had a nuclear explosion, like Kim Jong-un, only bigger. And then what happened was we got all the various materials we have today, so that's what happened.
All right,
it was
cool.
the sub-electrons.
Okay. All right. So, how would you explain grass?
Well, obviously, what all that happened is green. Okay, you need to understand this. Okay, for every one sub proton, there's a ratio, which it's too complicated to explain to you right now.
There's a guy running. I don't know if we should address this. Hey, sir, would you like to fight? No, he didn't stop. Okay.
All right, so
He's not interrupting our show. Okay, you can continue.
All right, I'm sorry about that. See, evolution never fails. Okay, so anyway, so the grass. So every sub par electron, when you add like a proton to that.
Okay, I'm getting bored. Okay, so let's skip to something else.
I was telling you about grass. I told you.
Okay, I don't really care anymore.
Right.
Okay. All right. So how does a water fountain work?
Okay, so a water fountain, all you got to do is like there's a pressurized motor in it, which of course, came from the air pressure. So there's a pressure watt thing in there. Some like CO2, like O2, got stripped of its carbon, so there was oxygen. So that's what pushes the water, and then of course the hydrogen bonded with that from the air, and that's how we have water fountains. The pressurized thing, because the air pressure, the oxygen that pushes it through, because of the O2 got stripped of its carbon. So that's where we're at today.
I noticed your action changed there a little bit. You want to explain that?
What's that?
How did your action change there at the end?
Evolution of the accent. It never fails. You never know what's gonna happen, hit you up next. You know what I mean? 1 second you're speaking one way, boom, an evolution happens. Like, have you played Pokemon Go before? I didn't think so. Too evolutionary for you. Test me.
So there's just one thing I can't understand about this world. I need you to answer it to me.
Okay.
Why do trees grow up instead of down?
Okay, that's obvious, because the gravity, okay? Like, you don't understand. The gravity's pushing up on it, so, like, duh, of course it's going to go higher than, like, it will go lower. So, I don't know what we're talking about here. The gravity. And, like, the seeds were formed because, like, the wood came and, like, got, like, shocked by more lightning, and that's how it got life today. That it created the guanine, thymine, quinine, or whatever else you got in there. So that's...
Can you repeat those last few words?
Guanine, thymine, quinine, and whatever else.
Oh, you mean elements. Okay.
I'm talking about DNA, son.
DNA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me explain this something. Explain something else to me.
Alright, what?
Okay, yeah. So explain
By
that.
the way, I just want to let you know, I got a PhD in biology, paleontology, you name it, I got it.
Anything with ology at the end, huh?
Absolutely. And then some.
So what about racistology?
Like, evolution, so I want to leave it up to that. Whatever evolution says, because we all know.
What does that mean?
Hold on. You gotta hear me out here. We all know that evolution's gonna do evolution's gonna do, alright? So, that means...
This broadcast was interrupted because racist comments were being made. We have edited all this out, and now back to the program. Guys, we need to stop. We're going into a.
So this guy,
we need to stop.
He wanted to hear what you had to say.
We need to start.
All right, so this dude, I have no idea what he's talking about. Like, I'm the media manager. He's the media producer, and we just wanted to say,
okay, well, you need to just get a control of yourself, okay?
No. Look.
Please don't mention racist stuff, or we'll get kicked off, okay?
No.
Please just stop, okay?
I'm the media manager here. This guy, Evolution Man, will be dealt with severely if it comes to that. I just want to let all the listeners out there know we do not condone any of this. This is revelation. This is filthy Western evolutionary filthy ideology. Okay. We do not commend this at all. I'm just a media manager. I'm just here to collect a paycheck. And yeah, we're just trying to put on a show here. Here's ideas out because he said he would give us some money for it. And yes, back to the show. Don't take anything too seriously, please. Just a warning.
The government will be watching you.
Yeah.
So watch your mouth, son.
Okay, so
all right. Continue with your show.
All right, so we're going back. We're going back to Evolution Man. All right. So anyways, think about everything that's here.
All right. So how does a light work? Like, why does it turn on?
So why does it turn on? It's obvious because the lightning got zapped there and it caught there and it like kept vibrating back and forth, and now you have lightning in a glass. That's what happened. Think about it.
How did it get inside the? How did it get inside the glass?
The jar was open.
Wait, it's a jar? I thought it was a light bulb.
Don't know. Okay, that's what they're going to teach you in school. That's what the religious people say. All right. No. Okay. First rule of like everything. Okay. don't listen to don't listen to like the real religious people. They're gonna tell you stuff like, oh, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Oh, there's such a thing as electricity that can be generated with a magnet and a coil. That's not true. Don't listen to them. All right, they're gonna tell you, oh.
Okay, we're gonna have to stop your production here because you went back now you're dishing on religious people and on Newton and Darwin and all the science people. So we're just gonna have to stop your show now. The government was watching you and you failed. Do you have media manager? Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened. Just so you know, I mean, like, we're not for that. I'm sorry that happened. So yeah, please do not drone strike me. This was just, we didn't know it would go this way, okay? We just had this dude on here because he was, like, bugging me all day. He was like, oh, I'm going to evolution your house. And I was like, okay, whatever that means. I was like, hey, I'm just going to give him what he wants, alright? I just let me take my lunch money, and that was it. But,
alright, you're going to court, and there's a possibility...
Dude, why take evolution into court, bro? It wasn't me.
We're taking all of you to court, and we're going to see. Maybe there's a small possibility this podcast will come back, but probably not. Because, yeah...